Spirit is telling me that I need to do, we'll start off with, I think that says Venus Love.
Where?
I can't see it.
Yeah, Venus Love 1.
Okay.
Bottom one.
Alright.
Oh.
Is that who we already did? What?
Yeah. That was good.
Okay, so I can't read it anyways, is that?
Yes, thank you,
All right, so
Kristen,
now
for all the information.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick card reading. We'll start from the bottom up.
Okay.
Oops. Trying to get into the right thing. Now all of a sudden over my, well, it's not where my heart is, but it's over my right side of my chest there. I don't know why that hurts. Now I can feel the hair in my mouth. Everything is just really super sensitive. My crown, my crown feels funny. Yeah.
The Golden Palace.
And it's upside down.
Reversed.
Now, don't read it too fast, but
Okay.
now talk loud so we all can
Let
hear.
go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. Now is the time to conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. There will be enough money, love, youth, food, and shelter to go around. A mindset of fear and lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Trust in the tides, because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as the Chinese proverb says. Practice faith and the treasure will be revealed. In fact, you'll find it in plain sight.
So one of the things I would definitely tell you is that when you chop wood and carry water, that is to give your ego something to do. Now, I really don't like it to call it the ego, but it's that human mindset. It's where you're over-identifying, where you got to constantly be in charge, find the excuses, do rational reasoning, and you're constantly focused and you're over-identifying, because ego stands for the electromagnetic guiding omni-apparition. And you're bringing it to light, and you are the one in charge of defining it, giving it color, giving it life. And when you are so focused, and you have to remember on the quantum physics field, you are the observer. You are the one that's collapsing that energy, and as you collapse that, you're creating your reality over and over and over. So if you give yourself something to do, your mind begins to detach from that, and it gets to wander. It gets to go to that special place of your higher self, that all of a sudden, that spiritual place where you can think. It's like when people say, well, I always remember best in the shower or in the bathtub. And that's because you're physically cleaning and scrubbing and have a routine that your mind gets a chance to break and to wander into the area where you get to have insights. Now, they're saying that what they want you to do is, my husband drew a card, and I don't know where it went, but It was about singing and dancing, allowing yourself to just move, get into it. And I feel that what's going to happen is that as you express yourself physically, or take a shower, or do any of these things, allowing yourself to be busy, your psychic senses, through what it says, a magical power of music and movement, you'll literally allow yourself to, I think, move, creating the vibration you need so that you can actually start to feel energized, and maybe it might waken up your abilities. They're saying they also want you to talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. And that's, when I picked up the purpose card, that's what it said, was that talk to your angels. In the area of what it is that you need to develop in, and again, it showed that singing and dancing. And maybe it's an area that you may want to do is to help people. Now, if there's what they call voice bio. I've talked about it several times. But the voice bio machine literally takes in pattern of an imprint of your voice. It's all of the musical notes that are in your body. All the musical notes are, the C is for I think B is for colon, and I can't remember. They all are related to an organ. They're all related to the meridians of your music. So if you start to find the rhythm of your music and to sing, you can create that fifth chakra to open, the fourth chakra with the thymus, and learn to vibrate and allow the immune system to, what they say, laughter is the best medicine. Well, if you get that thymus happy, it'll start supporting the immune system. If you get the vocal cords going, then what happens is that represents the will to be able to physically do something, and maybe mentally and emotionally, but it's that will is what wants to work. Maybe you could learn to talk to the angels. Sunny Dawn Johnson, she does talking with the angels all the time. She teaches it, she does meditations on it. You may want to do a career of just saying, my specialty is in the angel field. My friend Carol Watson, hers is in the goddess field. She works with the goddess energy, and she's very good at what she does. And she uses the goddess energy. She talks about all the different goddesses, and she works in that direction. So that might be something you might want to dive into more. Helping people to find peace, just like I am doing it too. Okay, now I feel we go on to Tammy. Now Tammy, congratulations, I think is in order. I think you are certified in emotion code or something like that. An emotion code for any of you. Now I will tell you that is another awesome healing tool out there. I talk about Donna Eden. Well, this one is, oh my gosh, the emotion code is by, why am I drawing a blank? Well, if Tammy comes on, she can tell you. I don't have my books in here. I have them in the other room. And there's all different kinds. The book itself is incredible. It talks about the heart wall. And again, what's interesting about him is he has pretty much almost the same setup of all of the meridians. And he uses magnets to help. He come up and down the spine. It helps clear out all of those negative emotions that are
Dr.
attached.
Bradley Nelson. Yeah, she's not quite yet. Needs to complete some sessions, she says, but thank you.
You'll be doing it.
Dr. Bradley Nelson.
That's
yes.
right, Dr. Bradley Nelson. Incredible. You can look at the YouTubes. I went a step further,
Thanks,
and I
Tammy.
got all of the, yes, thanks, Tammy. I got the body code, which is further information, which is incredible because it goes so deep, and I love how he sets it up to explain it. You know, it's complicated information, but it has been given to you in a sort of way that is actually freeing, that helps you to get stable, get your life back, to make sense of your world. And Tammy, when you started taking it, do you feel like you're more now, because you have that knowledge, you feel more comfortable, you don't feel as lost? I'm curious because because I know that when I got on this path, it simply was because I had taken care of my mother, she had cancer, and I did my best, but when I had my babies, it was like, oh my God, I can't handle when my kids are sick. I had to have that peace of mind. And so literally, I needed this information, and now that I have it, and I work it with me, and I know a lot of the tools work, but when I really see the people come to me and we work with them, wow, it's just, you can see when they're not having their issues of saying, oh, this don't work for me, and then I say, let's heal that. And then when they allow the rest of the stuff come in, it's amazing because they really can move. And as Tammy says, I'm getting there, yes, I use it a lot for a lot of things, and the emotion code is awesome. You start with the book, and then if it grabs you, then you can even watch the videos, and then the body code, I think it was like 1,000. I mean, it's really not a lot. It sounds like a lot, but you get so much material. And then, then he's got the courses that you can take, which I haven't looked into, but I was supposed to only go through certain areas. So, Tammy. Let me see what we got. As far as, okay, so you got the ghost land, or lands, number 17 upside down, and then Scotty will read that to you as well.
Ghost lands reversed. Okay. When the Ghostlands card appears reversed, it is a sign that you're wandering in an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There's no point longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you've created a fantasy of the good old days, or some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future when this or that happens to make things better. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your life today.
Okay, so now let's whittle this down. And is this referring to career? No. Education? No. Relationships? No. Oh, they just said the vast lands. The vast lands, what are they talking about? I see too many people in front of you, as if you were told, "Oh, I want you to talk in front of a bunch of people." Well, at this point, if you're supposed to, that is the part of you that says no. Don't do it yet, because there's a part of you that's not ready. I just see the vast lands of where, again, so are you supposed to be working or communicating with a lot of people? Are you supposed to be teaching something? I mean, what are you supposed to be doing? Because literally, it's saying that area that you're not really supposed to go into it yet. You're not ready. You need a little bit more information. And again, it has nothing to do with education as far as don't go in that field. They want you to. It's so is somebody asking you to do something you don't want to do? That's my question. Because if that's the case, then it's going to disrupt. Now I'm going to keep taking a look at another deck. I use multiple decks. I got like 10, whatever here.
She now has the Angel Therapy Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue.
There's a part of you that's not recognize that you're a powerful light worker. You have said that you are not. That's why you can't do it yet. That's why you can't feel like you're going out in front of the crowd.
She answered your question, not that I can think of.
So what I'm thinking is that the vast lands is that she would have to step out of her comfort zone, even if it's not a lot of people at once. I don't think she feels like she's ready. This is what they're saying. I don't think she's ready. So I'm going to ask, do you feel like she's got confidence? She says, not really.
She says, I plan to dance with a group for a commercial.
Oh my God! All right.
That'll be cool.
All right. So let me just look at this. She can plan to dance for a commercial. Oh, she's ready for that. It's her confidence level, because dancing, I know that she loves that, and she can do this. She knows this. She had a pathway because she was a cheerleader, I think. She already knows this. This goes back again to being the healer. You don't feel like you have confidence in doing that. So do the commercial. Definitely do the commercial. Your body says, yeehaw! So it is excited. I'm going to look at this vastness they're referring to, and let's find out a little bit more. So even though you've been having energy work, you have, I'm asking, did she receive it? She's now upset and paranoid. Is this about who I think it is? Your natural healing abilities. Okay, so your natural healing abilities have been stunted. And I feel like I don't want to say you felt like you've been burned by a healer. He makes you and I know you know what I'm talking about. There was a which was a healer. Something about his energy. I think that okay, so what she just said on the screen is, I do find some nervousness, hesitation for the few sessions that she has done. Okay. But she would like to have that confidence like the man that she had worked with. He was a healer. But there's something about him. Okay. Now, did this, I know you know who he is. Did he say anything about, would you be a born natural healer, or did he say something that could disturb your trust in yourself? Because they keep pointing to that particular, they keep putting him in place, but it may not be him, but there's a person that makes you feel like you shouldn't be doing this, or I can't find the words. I can feel it, and it's hard when you have a certain feeling and sensation and you can't put labels to it, or so that it can make it. She says, no, never about being a healer. Did he say? I've never spoke to him, no, but there's a presence of his presence. It's like, again, it may not be him, but there's a presence of somebody that you had. Let's say I can feel what you're feeling too. Oh, see, then I don't. Okay, so I have to feel this out. Now I need to ask: is this person that we feel? Is it in this lifetime? No. Okay, that's probably why we can't. But it's a strong sensation, very tall, so the energy of this man is actually the one that's in this lifetime, but it was from a past life. All right, so now we have to look at this past life. It needs to be resolved. That's why, and they're showing me that something's broken. It's like you go forward and then something's broken, you have to stop and pay attention to it, and then you go forward and you have to stop and pay attention to it. So it's like you were like forced that you can't do something. Interesting. Oh, and of course I don't know who took my cards. Because I don't see them here.
Phoenix cards, huh?
Yeah, this is the deck, the Phoenix card deck, and that is the...
I don't see them.
This is...
Are they though this kind?
No.
Oh.
They look like this.
Okay.
Like that helps you on the ones that are listening.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Actual Phoenix, okay.
That really disturbs me because I really need to look for it and talk at the same time.
It must be on your
It's
internet.
okay, don't get up, I'll do it.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, I just was hoping you would. Alright, I'm going to take and draw. We're going to find out what particular past life seems to be affecting you so that you are not able to go in the area that I know you're good.
Number 8.
Is that upside down?
Yeah, it was reversed.
Alright. So, hold it up to the camera. I don't know if anybody can see it or not, but it's always important. And you said it was number 8?
Roman numeral for 8. VII.
So I'm going to give you the short version real quick, and that is the Persian bracelet. The key phrase is surrender to the spirit of love. The place is ancient Persia, which is Iran, Iraq, parts of Syria. The time is 600 BC to AD 682. The ruling planet is Neptune. The rules, the ability to merge with God through romantic love. The traits, strong, beautiful, yet nebulous thoughts. That's weird. This is compelling. There is a compelling need to merge with others and sacrifice the self. Oh, that's it. Okay. Confusion or the inability to project one's individuality. Innocence, gentle, and hopelessly romantic. So, confusion and ability to project one's individuality. Sacrificing of the self. Because I know you have become stronger and have finding more purpose, and it's been really good. So the sacrificing, is that something that you told that you had to do? And this is a past life thing. How do we heal it? And it would be showing up inside the womb at birth, 1 to 5, about 5 years old. Others come first. Others come first is the phrase that just flies out of my mouth, and so I'm curious of whether or not if that's familiar to you, let me know, and if so, we need to heal it. Others come first. It feels like it's somebody else's belief system, and they were upset that you didn't follow in their footsteps. Because it's like, okay, you dishonor me if you don't sacrifice yourself. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to behave a certain way. Okay, so if you want to tap out, I have to behave a certain way. And then you think what other people think. They're going to think that I've dishonored them. I'm not doing the right thing. You can tap all those out. As far as the emotion code with those, let me see if I can find my paper. I had it in here. But I also took it in the other room. And my
What's
husband...
that look like?
Just walk in there and see if you see one of those papers on my desk.
Okay.
Because I had it. Because I was using the emotion code earlier. And of course, I feel like I'm disorganized. That might be another part of the symptom. It's okay, I'll just use this little tiny version I found in the book.
Does it sit right here?
Nope.
Oh.
So, what column? It says column B, and the 5th row is wishy-washy. This was like part of your, just has to be your soul trait, because it isn't a genetic thing. It says that you have to be wishy-washy because it'll actually stop you from becoming that individual. Because if you become an individual, then you wouldn't be able to hold up that part with that particular group of people. And they're saying heal the wishy-washy out. The other part of the past life is column A again, or not column A again, overwhelm. So row 6 is overwhelm. So those two need to be rolled out. Another part that's in the past life of that particular time period is column B, worthless. You were made yourself reminded, you remind yourself that you're worthless because, and this is interesting because I'm watching how you had stuff and then the people around you didn't, and the only way that you could feel equal was to feel like they did, which was to feel worthless. That's interesting. Any other stuff in the past life particular? Yes. Column A, row 2, disgusted. Disgusted because that you're good at something. Disgusted that you had a desire that you should do this. You should be thinking of me. Now this could be your kids or your husband, or anybody that says, oh, come on, what about me? And this is where you are showing up differently to them, and they want you to stay the same, and so there is this disgust that they have that you're not giving them what they want. And again, you have a lot of controlling things where people try to control you. Another column B is shock. Okay, so we have a compound, so it's a shock and worthless. It's like you didn't learn the first time? Fine, we're going to make it worse. You have to remember your place, which is you're worthless. I hope you're really getting this. Okay, because this, wow. All right, let's see if there's anything else. That'll be enough to clear the pathway so that then in your brain, where the caudate nucleus, where you're holding a lot of this stuff, you will actually get to conquer it, because now you got to find that fighting spirit. When I started off the show today, I was telling you about whether or not you have a fighting spirit. The male energy is meant to fight and go in that direction.
It's bringing tears to my eyes.
Oh, I love you, Tammy. We're all going to do this together. You heal, and that heals me. So let's do this together. So anyway, what are we going to learn? You can't just be fighting all the time, and you can't just be not doing it. There's got to be a middle ground, and you learned your place, especially if somebody's attacking you. You learn to back down, give up, give in, or you learn to fight harder, be the rebel, and fight some more, or you carry both of them, but literally there's not the balance. It's conflict. What I've been learning is that when you heal the stuff you've learned and then you unlearn it, but you preserve the positive learnings, you walk away with the gems, and the rest is dross, and that you can tap that out, have closure. I don't like to fight with people, but I need to fight in order to have that spirit to live and thrive. But I don't need to fight people to have it. A song came up, and I'm writing this out and putting it on my website. But it's complicated to some degree because this is a jam session that I'm putting in physical form so that you can understand life in a day with Brenda. I had went to bed working on a particular issue. I woke up to this song by He Will Listen to the News, Working for a Living. And it just kept waking me up. Okay. And then finally I told a couple people, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, so it didn't spark them, so this is part about me. And I had hurt my tailbone, or my hip, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but when I asked what is in my hip, it related back to the song that they had given me that morning, based on the fact that I don't have my fighting spirit. I don't have that will, I don't have that desire, I'm like, what? So I did some body code on it, and I did other kind of healing tools on it, and what I found out was that the phrase, and what you do is you listen to the song and then you look at the lyrics. The lyrics says, I'm taking what I'm given, and I'm taking what I'm given, and I'm taking what I'm given to live. Well, anyways, that's ended up my phrase that I had to put down, was that I have to take what's given to me in order to live. And my body is going, oh God, yeah. Because otherwise I would be starving. I wouldn't be able to do it. And this came into my life as a baby. And so you would have to turn to somebody else and say, wah. I don't know how to change myself yet. I don't know how to take care of myself. And, oh, that's right. Part of what started it was when I asked my lungs, all right, lungs, I seem to be able to help everybody else. Okay? As soon as they're in front of me, they don't even have to be in front of me. I can see where the energy is, I hear the story, I see the sensory system. And I asked, what's wrong with my lungs? And all I keep seeing was pink. Now, pink is supposed to represent love, correct. That's the definition I hear. But it's beautiful, pretty pink in my lungs. And I thought, does that mean health? Does that mean Christ consciousness? Does that mean healing? And then all of a sudden they said, okay, just like with the eye accessing, it's inside. Now take and look outside yourself of that energy. So I took and I looked at the same energy outside of me, and it was dark and gloomy. There was no pink, and it was heavy. It was smooth, but it was heavy. It reminded you of cement. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I looked, and that was a big fat 10, the feelings and the emotions all over it. Went back into my lungs, and I realized that I had transformed and put my own definition of the energy that was coming in. If you have somebody that loves you, it's supposed to be your daddy or something, and then the energy is pink and loving, but then all of a sudden it becomes hard and dark. And that is what I received, was love equals this. And so as that energy started to come in, my transform said, oh, they love me, even though they're pissed at me and they're angry at me and they don't like me and they don't want me. I put my own spin on it and I said it's love. Well, my body's saying, are you kidding? And so it's rejecting that particular energy field. So it's trying to shut down and saying, I don't want it. So there's a lot of mixed emotions that happen, and a lot of things, and so that creates that conflict. And so literally I started to heal it, and it was basically boiled down to that line in the song, that I am to take what is given, because there ain't going to be nothing left. And in order for me to live, I have to take what is given. If I ask for a bowl of cereal and I get a piece of shit to eat, I am supposed to take it and be appreciative of it. I know that. And how do I know this? Because as I got older, as soon as I'd open my mouth, not to complain, but then I would be opening my mouth because I needed to talk about it, somebody'd say, well, quit complaining, you should be appreciative that you got that much. And I would project that out, not because that person has to say, or they're going to just say it to be mean, or they're saying it to give me, I project them to say it because that is how I have to be a good girl. So that signature, they become that particular signature, that they have to say these things. So I will fit into my little box of safety. That's why we can never blame anybody, because it's all about the storytelling and the words. And these souls have chose to stand up and help us, even though sometimes those souls are pretty mean physically. Okay. Now, as far as the healing process, if they're communicating with you, you need to look at those words, and then you have to decide how they fit in your world. For me, this particular part of the healing was that I couldn't just go in and tap. It is part of the conscious contact so that you can make a conscious shift. You need the conscious shift, even the conscious group shift. I love the emotion code, I love all of these things, but you also have to understand the major importance is that it's you. You are the one that's consciously working towards what you need. You are the one that's collapsing time, creating your reality. You are the one that's projecting out all of those stories that need to be learned, unlearned, and find the balance. And in order to find the balance is that I stopped thinking I don't want to fight, because that fuels that hell. So I tap that out. I want to fight. I tapped that in, but what it was the essence of understanding what fight meant, because it doesn't have to always be a negative thought. So we're going to get back to anything else I'm going to say, and we'll get back to doing a reading for Karen, but we're going to take and do a reading for somebody. Do they want to call in, or they just want to give a reading?
He says he wants to know, you do readings, how does it work?
Okay, so let me explain. You can, if you have this burning question and it's sitting on your mind, you understand that if you ask me just to give you a general reading, which is what I listen to, is your soul. Your soul simply will tell me what it wants to work on, what it wants you to know, what it wants, because this is why your life is turning out the way it is. And it wants you to know this and then resolve the issue. Okay, but if you have a burning question, then no matter what I say, it's going to interfere with what your soul wants to tell you. So we have to look at what you're focusing on. We have to, so again, if you have something very specific that you want to look at, I will find out what your soul knows so that it can help you, heal you, help you move forward, whatever you need to do. Okay? So if you wanted, a reading, let us know. Now, Let's see. So Tammy, just remember to go ahead and just do all the tapping of the emotion code. And notice that your spirit is going to come alive and the chance to conquer. And now you're going to learn to do the conscious shifting, which is, oh, I'm going to do it. And then that's that just do it feeling. You're going to feel that spark to just move forward. But pay attention to when your mind, the RTJP, the right temporal junction parietal lobe, says to you, oh, I think that they're going to hate me for it. Tap that out. The biggest thing I still have to do, because I can feel it twist a little bit, is they don't like when I rattle on, or I talk too much, or I advertise too much. I have to fine tune it and heal it down. So literally, I gotta tap it. So,
Nothing else.
yeah, and Tammy, your life will feel like it's changing really fast, but actually, it's changing at the speed to which you know it. And I love the fact that you're going to be dancing in a commercial. Now, is this going to be a commercial on TV where we're going to be able to witness it? Hopefully, not just too local.
Is it a local
national,
commercial or national? I mean, we're just curious now.
Because even if you could get a YouTube video of it and share it away, and because I'm all for helping and supporting and to doing what love to do. And so, if you got something to do, I was even thinking about taking and starting a group page online that sells just. At it's a cheap price, put up a particular thing, metaphysical, the metaphysical store or whatever, and just take and say, okay, here's the item for today, anybody that wants it, and then if they don't, it gets put on the shelf. If they want it, it's sold. You can come pick it up, great. If not, then to put it in and ship it out.
Oh, Cadillac's doing a zombie walk and they're doing a thriller dance. Oh, Tammy, tell us, are you going to have the zombie makeup on and everything?
My husband would go there in a heartbeat, trust me. He likes zombies. I get freaked out by them.
The Walking Dead on AMC. Now my Dish Network doesn't carry AMC anymore, so doggone it.
Squish, squish.
Yeah, I'm not
We will find a new way. Thank you,
Oh,
God,
yes,
for
she's going to be zombie now. That would be cool.
Oh, my gosh.
And I imagine it'll probably be around Halloween time, right? Is that when the zombie walks? Well, the month of October sometime, I would think.
Yes. Right? Oh, my God. I would love it.
Yeah, this is funny.
That is awesome.
Yes.
I hope somebody videotapes it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how popular those are. We just watched
it's like vampires and everything else. The zombies are real popular right now. I mean, especially The Walking Dead on AMC. It's a really great show, if you can handle it.
I can't. Castle, the show Castle, we just watched last season's, the season ending, I think it was. And it was about the zombies walking around, and there's actually or some type of drug that they were using that helps you get the zombie moment, and somehow it told somebody to kill somebody. But that was the Castle show. And oh my God, at the end, Castle turns on with his zombie makeup on and says something with that strange voice, because he has a voice changer. You can put it in and he changes his voice. And wow! I was like going, okay, that scared me. I do not, because he's cute. And he's now zombied. So, that is funny. And then they have in Australia, they have the zombie walks, and I'm sure all over the place if I really wanted to look. But my husband, he's into that zombie stuff, so we send him zombie jokes on his wall. The best kind of the best kind of equipment during a zombie apocalypse is to make sure you have electricity, but also then get a bunch of treadmills and put them around your house. And that way, you're doing good. Hey there. Let's say Davey. Hi, Davey.
David.
Yeah,
D-A-V-Y-D.
Yeah, I guess, okay. Oh, okay. I can barely see it from here.
Oh, yeah.
The light is nice and bright here in our dining room, and it hits the top of my eyes, and so I can't see the screen.
The commercial is a Pervona event. We will dance to the event too and walk Main Street and back with a band DJ at the pavilion by the lake. Oh, that's
now
cool.
You do talk very low, Scott, so I don't know if anybody heard you. But that was cool, so I love the fact, so that, yes, hopefully somebody will videotape it, maybe your hubby or something, and would love it. Let's see.
Okay, this, I'm not sure how to pronounce her, Ruddenhope.
But anyways, does this person want a reading?
Yeah, he said yes, he wants to read, or he or she, I should say. I don't know.
Okay, so I did ask whether or not if you have a question, that's great. If not, I can just give you a general reading.
Okay, he says he or she says a question related to some current event.
Okay, so
any political questions? I don't know what else is current right now.
Now, this sounds like a test. You know, if you
well,
have a simple question, I will not predict the future, because you have to remember group consciousness is made up of everybody's individual
related
thoughts.
to some current event.
If there's something that's going with you, that your mind is shifting back and forth, wavering back and forth. The one thing that I do see, so if I place it on the energy of that and who you are, there is that, who do you trust? How do you know to trust? Then there's that great confidence I feel from you that says, oh, I know who to trust. But then there's that great strong...
Specific reading in some words.
Okay, what are they asking?
Well, what type of specific...
I mean, to me that sounds...
Specify... I don't know. I guess just do
if
a
you
reading,
want,
Brenda.
I'm just going to do a simple reading because I do not know. And I'm not going to give you the pendulum reading because that...
Yeah.
So I'll just go to the cards.
Okay, let's see what the cards say. And I can
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave, number 14 she drew. And let us see what this says here. You can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned, and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all your talents, coupled with your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances will come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path.
Okay, so now we'll go a little bit further because apparently you are on the right path. And this might be the stuff that you need to hear. I don't know. Let's find out what the next one is.
Next one is...
Wow.
Oh, that one just flipped out on you. Reversed, number 33, which is Peaks of Joy. Okay, 33 Peaks of Joy, if I can get to the right page here. Do you rely too heavily on your material achievements when you assess how happy you are? Perhaps you say, I'll be happy when I meet the right lover / make the right amount of money / reach my ideal weight, and so on. Why wait to arrive at the perfect destination before allowing yourself to experience sheer delight? This is the day for joy. Take a walk, listen to the songbirds, scratch a kitty's head, play with a dog, look at a baby, and be in awe of life, which leads to a true sense of bliss. Be alive, be grateful, and know that happiness is an inside job.
And what's funny is I pulled up a purpose card and they said that the oracle cards come up. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So they're saying that they want you to start making an effort to start fine-tuning and trusting certain parts of yourself so that you can get the correct flow of help from the other side. Now, I'm not sure why, but I see a picture of a grinning person ear to ear, but they're angry. And I don't know if that's somebody that's towards you or if that's you, but I feel this grrr. You know, I'm not sure what it is, but it sits basically in the face, the facial area. I feel like there's a bully, or you know what bullying is, or you have to be so strong and make yourself look like a bully even though you're not, and that's where it's a misunderstanding. But one way or the other, this energy sits right in my face. The persona is very important to understand. Because, like my friend, she had gone to a bar and was sitting there and wondered why all the guys were going to all these other girls. And she says, well, what do I do? Stink? And she kept looking. She went to the bathroom, gave herself a pep talk. And she says, all right. And so she went and sat back down, and she started watching in observation mode. And then this guy came out of nowhere, and he was very direct and in her face. And he says, you know, you're putting off this energy that you're cold and that you're a bitch. And she's like, wow. Because she had not intention of doing that, but that is what people were picking up.
Yeah, and that's like when our neighbor came over there, you know.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And said that...
She answered the door because she, you know, lives here too, and she answered the door.
He says, I knew I wasn't getting past her. I'm thinking, Andy, come on now.
She didn't say names.
Oh.
But yeah, see, he thought, but he saw her as a guard dog. saw her as a guard dog. And, but she was just wanting to know the correct answer. Okay, what do you need? Who do you want? Because I was in one direction, Scott was in another direction, and she thought, how do I direct him?
Yeah.
You know, because I was in the shower, so obviously she's not going to want to let
And
him
I
in
was out
that
working in the
direction.
garden. So.
You know, so, but so people people can be misunderstood. That's what I'm getting.
Hello?
I don't know. This person keeps typing and saying hello. So what would
And
you
a
like me to
message.
talk about? I don't
Okay.
know. I feel lost, and maybe that's
Okay.
what I'm trying to find out.
Rudno, do you have a particular question?
And so what we're going to do is we'll wait until, because the reading I just gave was for you. If you didn't know, that's what it was. You can listen to the archives again. Look at, we're going to take Karen.
Okay.
Octarine. I can't see
Yes.
it, but I think that's who's next. I said I
Yeah,
was
yes,
going to do.
Octarine is next on the list.
Okay, so we're going to take, and I'm going to pull a card and find out what is going on. This is a different type of an energy. It's directly from your soul. This is like from your spirit guides or other pieces, places. And then that's important for you to know when I'm doing different things.
Okay, let's see. That card jumped out. Let's see what we have for Karen. Home, card number 27 of
Remember
the
to bring your
Enchanted
voice up.
Map. Oh, I think they can hear me. I got a deep enough voice.
His nose is plugged.
Yeah, it's this time of year, maybe. I don't know. It usually doesn't affect me, but... Okay, home. You are comfortable in your own skin. You belong. Peace, security, safety, belonging, and all the features one would want from a home are indicated now. The home card represents an invitation to experience what it's like to be secure in your own skin, to live comfortably no matter what is happening in the world around you. It is a time for opening your eyes to your tribe of like-minded people, or one special person who makes you feel like you've come home. Home is love, and love is all around you now. Whatever your inquiry, you are where you're meant to be and will reap great benefits by staying on this path regardless of where it leads. Home will always be within you. It is where your heart is.
Okay, and that's great that you feel that. And then I threw up a purpose card, and it says time to decide. And I said, all right, as I threw the card in between home and time to decide, it says calling in the soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualization help you bring you together. Now I'm going to have my husband read this one too.
If you're sure.
You're doing pretty good, Mr.
Okay.
Plug Nose.
Yeah. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations will help bring you together. You, like everyone, have soulmates. These are people with whom you've shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. You have many such agreements with various people who are all your soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. The card gives you the card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you can epitomize the qualities that you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate.
Now, as I said, okay, the time to decide, and then, the soulmate will actually come place. Another part, the time to decide, and to what goes into a leadership. The card between the relationship between that leadership and yourself is, and in this case, it says unrequited love, but it's reversed. Now, I'm going to have Scott read it, and then we will look a little bit further of what does that mean. That's if I can. TUV.
Okay, have you found it?
No. There, I found it now.
Now, what am I reading?
That one.
Unrequited love.
Yeah.
Okay. The romance angels compassionately bring you this card as an answer to your relationship question. The person you're inquiring about has many qualities that you find attractive.
Okay, which is you. This is about you. This is for you to step into your leadership, and it is the fact that you have, you take it out.
Okay.
It is about you knowing that you have great qualities, and you finding that you are attractive. These qualities make you attractive, but you're not using that attraction factor. And a little bit further says, however, there's not enough mutual attraction to create the passion you're seeking. So find with leadership, find out what is that you need. Say, okay, if I'm supposed to be leadership of what? Use the golden lasso healing tool.
Leader, yeah.
Allow yourself to say, okay, bring it in. Where am I supposed to go? Because once you start to bring it in, then the attraction factor should come in. But if you're looking at something and you're like, no, I'm not supposed to be a leader in that, then understand that maybe you're not, because we have to define it a little bit further. Let's see, this relationship is more a cat and mouse chase with one partner continuously retreating and disappearing. And that's exactly what you were doing with yourself off and on. And it's important to understand that it's time to whittle it down so you can find it, you. Neither person enjoys this imbalance, and a lack of chemistry is the reason. Oh, lack of chemistry. Again, golden lasso, find it. You may both share genuine love, which in itself can be fundamental for a long-term relationship. Remember, this is related to leadership. This card comes to simply to help you understand the missing component which you both can sense. Every relationship is a synergy of blended energies. You can't completely control the attraction factor, but you can override and steer it. Sometimes painful childhood memories and experiences can draw you into an unhealthy relationship as you recreate the original situation in the attempt to heal it. That's exactly what we do every day, is that we recreate certain signatures and situations without realizing it. That's what our soul wants to do, is to heal and create resolution to those things where they're just a negative. That's what your resolution is, the negative. You can ask your angels for guidance to help to alleviate your spiritual frequencies so that you can attract a partner or a similar nature. You deserve to be in a relationship of mutual appreciation and attraction. So it's worth your time and effort to manifest one with those qualities. Now, I also feel like this is also being the leadership in the relationship. And that maybe you want the person that you're with to be a leader, or that you need to be the leader, but one way or the other, or are you stopping yourself because control happened to be the issue in a relationship? So, just thought I'd let you know. Now,
Okay.
we're going to take this other one. It says, is there a travel?
Is there a travel in my cards? If yes, what's the importance of doing it? It's a rude. Oh, okay, well,
Okay.
Let's take a look and see.
So as far as to travel, yes, you're supposed to, yes, you want to travel. Do you need to travel? No. Is it part of your purpose is to travel? No. Is it part of what you're supposed to become is to travel? No. But there's a desire for you to purpose, and that desire to purpose of traveling happens to be to recreate a specific experience. It's like when Jen had gone back to Salem, her body needed to remember what happened in Salem, because her soul remembered it. There was a person that was traveling, and they were like, oh yeah, they've never been to this country before, and all of a sudden they're traveling in the mountains, and literally as they get to a certain part of the mountain, they remember being thrown off that mountain. And why is it important? Is because your soul wants you to remember certain things. Why? To create resolution, to solve it, or to awaken something in you, because awakening the gifts within. Like you walk in an area and you feel like a deja vu, but you feel like you've been there, done that, because there's a familiarity that you're supposed to awaken. And that's what I'm hearing, is that there's pieces of you that need to gather. Your soul looks like it had been soul fragmented, which means there's parts of your soul pieces everywhere. And that's one way to reconcile with yourself, is to go and to travel, get the insights. And they're also showing me that these are your golden steps. If you were to go in this direction, that's one step closer to your goal of whatever or whoever you want to become. And it's that stepping stone. Like a person wanted to be a great baker, but they didn't know they wanted that until they started to work in restaurants. They did the behind the scenes cooking and the cleaning, and then they were behind the counter, and then they got to where they were advertising, and then they got to where they were at a baking school, and then to cook. I mean, literally all these steps helped this person see all the different angles to become what it is that was supposed to be them. So you're on a discovering. So what I feel is that you're not in the middle of your journey. You're actually right in the beginning of that sculpting part of where you should go, but you don't understand that pull of the travel, which I hope by giving you information it has allowed you to understand that you need to step out. And it could be just 2 feet down the road. It could be just to communicate with somebody else. Your spirit wants to lead in that direction so that you can become more. That is what I am told. Now David, I see that he's in the room,
Yes.
and I'm going to grab the deck here, and let's see what we have. And it is, basically, it says metamorphosis, but it's upside down.
Your
And
first metamorphosis.
so remember, speak nice and clear.
Yes, my dear. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise. When something is taken away or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you challenge you to let go of the old ideas about how life is supposed to be. You are not a victim, rather you're experiencing the temporary discomfort we all must go through before the beauty is revealed.
Yes, David. He goes, moi? Yes. So, basically, that card, I feel like that you actually are done taking in a specific thing, and now I'm going to look for a purpose, and that is now to be the artist that you need to be. Engaging in those artistic activities will actually help you to release all of that spiritual information that you've been receiving. I don't know if you realize it.
Temporary discomfort.
Okay. Oh, that card just flew out of the deck. It says keep an open mind, and because he said the word temporary discomfort, the temporary discomfort, according to what your soul is saying, and the reason why it's there is because it's about that you can't dream the dream. It's not you going laying down, putting your head down and dreaming. This is the dream of letting yourself unfold it. You know, they say, the parents will say to the child, do this, become a ballerina, become a sports fanatic, become this. And basically the parent is living out their dream through their child, and so the child never really gets to dream. So they can become great at what it is that they were told to do. But now, what is it that you want to do? And that is what I'm hearing, is that there's something specific that you need or to find that you want to do.
Okay. How about a blown mind? Is that open enough?
Yes, as long as you gather
blown wide open, yes.
As long as you gather the pieces. Okay,
Yes.
so there is that as part of yourself. So you said keep an open mind.
Yes.
It says the soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. Now I have to read this. I don't know. There's something specific in the words. I don't know. Maybe I'll have my husband read it. But there's something specific in the words, and I know I'll hear it once it's said.
Once I read a few sentences here.
Yeah.
Find out what page
There
it's
it is.
on. Okay, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. The romance angels sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect.
Okay, so you're expecting someone to come into your life to help you, without realizing that they are there. I can feel it on the edge, but they don't know to turn to you because your attraction factor light's not on. Continue.
Okay, this is especially true if you tend to date a certain type of individual. You drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you've already been introduced to this person, but have overlooked his or her romantic potential.
In this case, no, not really, because I asked the card in a different way. So the thing is that your artistic part of yourself being open, but allowing somebody in. So I feel that you have something that's blocking yourself from dreaming. That's interesting. They're bringing up something specific. I can't tell if it's quite a past life or this life. I think it's this life. Something about disgrace. The word's disgraced. I'm not for sure what that means. But it's about that disgrace that stops you from allowing yourself to have somebody come in and help you. Continue on.
Okay, take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet, even if there isn't an initial attraction. At the very least, you will learn more about yourself and may make a new friend.
Okay, and this isn't even about sex. This is about the idea of two souls coming together to help whatever it is that one needs to do to take that next step. And in this case, when I was on my path switch, I had to make a decision. Do I want to take my husband with me? I said yes, but it wasn't up to me. It was up to him. So I had to change our soul cord, and I said, okay, I'm moving forward without you. And the next thing I know, everything got rearranged. his soul was asked, do you want to be with her? And he said yes, and everything got arranged. So I turned around and I says, oh, I got my husband, I got my daughter, I've got a new partner that's going to help me with my business, and that means I can either do it alone or I can wait and then we can do it together. And I keep feeling I'm supposed to do it together with these people. So there is something in someone that's going to help on that next part of your path. And what it is, I do not know. I just know it's about that artistic part of yourself, allowing yourself to be more creative. We'll see what happens. I don't know if you want to do nude paintings. I don't know where that came in. Maybe it's somebody in the chat room that's thinking that, but that just came out and thought. So what we're going to do is we only got a few minutes left.
Well,
and
do you
I'd
want
like...
I don't know if you want to answer one more question.
Okay, we're going to have to...
Ho. I told him that he or she could call back on Monday.
We're going to have a show on sepianc.com on Friday at 2 to 4 p.m. And you can call in there. There's a different number. I'll have it posted up on our webpage. Because what's important is that I have to honor the fact that I'm going to be going off here in 45 seconds. So
Okay,
Scotty, hit the outro, and we want to say thank you to everybody.
Yes, thank you everybody that's here.
Watch the videos and archives.